Is this on? Yes. Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clinton Reed. And by the title of this video, you know we're here for my next Rockstar Tours amazing review. Now, I will state this is probably one of my favorites I've done so far for this. And that is, pardon my pronunciation, Serwa Boateng's Guide to Vampire Hunting by Roseanne A. Brown. Before we get any further into this, I would like to thank Rockstar Tours, Rick Riordan, and Disney Publishing, and Roseanne A. Brown for allowing me to read and review this masterpiece. Like, when I mean masterpiece, I mean masterpiece. This is freaking phenomenal. This was the perfect month to read it. I read quite a bit of diversity this month. Sarah Boateng's Guide to Vampire Hunting is pretty much Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If Buffy and a male version of Buffy had a daughter, that is Serwa, and put it in Ghana mythology, that is what you get. This book took me for a ride. At first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Then I was like, bam, pulled in. Ooh, bam, love that. Ooh, bam, love that. And the beauty is there is a glossary in the back, so you will not get confused on how to pronounce words, what they mean. But they also, because they use something called, I am so bad at pronouncing, so they're called Edincrus, which to me resemble runes, just Ghanaian runes, which I think was fascinating. And then can we also talk about this gorgeous cover? Oh, oh, just everything. This is all about how Serwa gets dropped off with a close family friend who they call Auntie, because it's a Ghanaian thing, I'm assuming, to call everybody Auntie and Uncle. Well, she gets dropped off there while her parents go on this big important mission to save the world, and she ends up discovering that there's a vampire in town, and she gets the help of some of her friends to save the town. It was so cute. If you're ever going to take a recommendation from any of these Rockstar Tours, I highly recommend Serwa Boateng's Guide to Vampire Hunting. So far, Rick Riordan, which your Rick Riordan presents, y'all have done no wrong so far. So I have loved everything I have read. And I think that's going to be my goal next year, is I want to read as many of the Rick Riordan presents as I can get my hands on, because excuse me, like I said in the live show for Season-a-thon, when we read Sunbearer Trials, I love mythology, and I love learning about different cultures and different types of mythologies. And learning about Ghanaian mythology here, so fascinating that I might try to find more that involve these type of myths, because I might actually try to see if I can't find some stories of the actual myths themselves. If anybody's got any recommendations, let me know down below. I would love to know where a lot of these myths and stories and legends come from, and the lore. I think that's fascinating. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I think everybody would love this, and I will definitely be continuing, because the end of this book ends on one word, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? I need the second book like yesterday, even though I know this just came out. I will be screaming for a year for the sequel. But yes, 5 out of 5 stars. Absolutely perfecto. I would try to pronounce any of the words in it, but I know I'm bad at pronouncing things, so yeah. But thank you guys for allowing me to read and review this book for you guys. I absolutely loved this. This is definitely one of the best mythologies I have read this year. I've read quite a bit. This actually, I think, is up there with Gracie Kim's as the best book I have read for this series. This one and Last Fallen Moon, I think, is book 2 for the Gracie Kim, are the 2 best that I've read so far with all of these reading reviews. I'm super excited to get into more. But that's all I've got for you guys. Before I go again, I would like to thank Disney Publishing, Rick Riordan, Roseanne A. Brown, and I would really love to thank Rockstar Tours again. Jamie, thank you again for another fabulous time of reading and reviewing. I loved this and cannot wait to continue. Now, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. And if you're new, you might just hit that subscribe. I did just recently hit 500, so it'd be cool to see more of that. And if I convinced you to read this, or if you've read this, comment down below and let me know. And until then, always be fabulously yourself. Ha, bye!